Morning everyone, guys. Welcome to Parkbench Community Project, and this is our first interview today, so there you go.
Yeah, we're really excited. We have Jen here from Knack and JARPdesign. Welcome, Jen.
Thanks for having me.
So guys, Jen does all of our graphic design work for our real estate thing, our podcast Yuri and I have as well, so we thought who better to bring in, make this little test run, I guess. So Jen, you get to be our test run, but she's been amazing for us. She's her product is always there on time. She does with her Knack, she does my closing gifts for our real estate team and our podcast. She does our graphic design work. It's just what we need. Very timely, very affordable for what we're trying to do as well. And her ideas are just amazing. So again, Jen, welcome to our first ever community interview for Howard-Suamico.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, just tell us a few words about yourself. How did you end up in Green Bay, and how did you end up having your business?
Yep, thanks for having me again. This is nerve-wracking, but super cool. I'm glad that you guys are doing stuff like this. It's awesome for the community. So I am from Green Bay, so part of the community.
Graduated from Bayport.
Graduated from Bayport. Started with like design, creativity stuff, just from very young.
Mm-hmm.
So went to school for that, and then graduated with a graphic design degree, and then friends and family, even though I wasn't really working in the field, would come and ask me, design this, and of course I said yes, because it's fun and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it got to be so much where it became friends of friends of friends, and my husband's like, maybe you should, start a business with this then. So I did. So I've been operating JARPdesign since 2008. It's been super fun, the opportunities that I've had. For example, just Buds and Blooms and Pier. They're a small company. It's actually my cousin owns it, but I've done all of their logos and marketing stuff. So it's been fun.
Yeah, perfect. So tell us a little bit about what you can do for a small business, or really any business for that matter. How can you bring value to them, and where can you help out?
Well, in a lot of areas, actually. So I've never really envisioned myself being more than just me for the my business. So it's bringing that personal note to that relationship of what businesses need or want. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like how our relationship started, where you saw this vision, and I jumped in and kind of cultivated that, helped you cultivate that a little bit. So
yeah, it is, and it's funny too, as a little fun side story. So she would come to me and she would throw me about 10 ideas in a row. It would just come instantly, either through text message or messenger or through email, and I would have all these things, and I'm like, I love this. This is amazing. And she's like, oh my God, I hope I'm not throwing too much at you. So for me, it was perfect. She's a great fit for our business, and that was one of the fun things. And we eventually settled on some really cool logos.
Right. And some people do get overwhelmed with that, which I try to pick up on right away, and then you scale that back, and I just try to keep it in their lane then, which they can grasp. I'm learning over time, which you think this would be obvious, but I'm learning that not everybody can have that visual for these things.
For sure.
So I mean, I'm grateful for that I do, because I love it. But different aspects that I can bring to a business. For example, a local business, apparel business, doesn't have an online store feature. And a lot of his customers would value that, especially nowadays with COVID, but the convenience of it and everything like that. So I've created online stores for his customers. So, just filling those needs for those small businesses around.
So I would say the best advice is anybody looking for anything to do with business, give Jen a call, at least on the design side of things. Give her a call, talk through it, see if you're a fit, and let her throw some samples at you. I think is probably the best way to do it. And nice thing is she can do everything by a computer, so she doesn't need to meet you in person. She will, but that's really where it's at. Now let's talk about Knack, because Knack's kind of the fun side project, but also we use that as well. As you can see here, Jen made this really awesome Take Action real estate sign for us, one of my favorite things that we did. She got it when we moved into the new office. So this is just one example of
That is fun.
what she can do. So one of her favorites there, but she combined JARP and Happy Knack really
Yeah.
to make that. So
Yeah.
tell us about Happy Knack.
So Happy Knack came about with when I met my kindred spirit, Jenna. We started this company, Happy Knack, and we're both creative minds, always like a challenge, think outside the box. So we started, when we were hanging out, we'd start doing these crafts and things like that. Well, got too much for our houses. So we started the business, and it's kind of grown into more like home decor, like your sign. But it could be anything. And I think one of the coolest things for me is that wood is reclaimed, repurposed, recycled, so it's not ending up in a landfill, in a fire pit, things like that, and the history kind of lives on. So I like that aspect. Some people who, Happy Knack customers, they don't really care, which is fine.
Right.
But I'm still happy to share, that piece, the pieces that made that decor item, live on, so to speak. So, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll be at a project because I do a lot of house flipping and renovating, and so I'll find like furniture in the house, and first thing I'll do is I'll message Jen and go, "Hey, I'm about to go to the dumpster with this thing. Do you want it?" And she's 9 times out of 10 goes, "Yeah." So bring it over, drop it in my driveway.
I can figure out something.
Yeah, so she does that. So Jen, as we wrap up here, obviously awesome stuff that you're doing, for yourself and growing businesses, but you're following your passions. How can people find you in our community? What's the best way to reach out to you?
I think I do have websites, JARPdesign.com, happyknackwi.com, to look at. Otherwise, Facebook, I'm on Facebook. You can always text, call, email. I try to be super responsive, just even out of respect of the fact that you're reaching out to me. So I love working with the community. I'm a very big supporter of small business, local, and just like the family that community feel brings. So I'd love to help out.
Yep, and you'll be able to get more information from our new community website as well, which will have coupons, events, calendars, just anything to do with our local community here in and around, Howard-Suamico. So Jen, thank you so much. Yuri?
Yeah, that was excellent, Jen, and we love all of your creation. I actually have some stuff in my house.
Yeah, all of our closing gifts. So if anybody wants some of Jen's stuff, buy a house.
yeah, right.
But not only for a closing gift, Jen has extreme vision and can help you customize any project. So if you're in a dead end, out of ideas, give her a call. She'll figure something out. It's anywhere from stickers to graphics to homemade nicks and knacks.
Yeah, even thank you cards. We just got our thank you cards coming in here soon. So.
And just one last question for you. You serve obviously all over Green Bay area and Howard-Suamico, right?
Like Northeast Wisconsin actually. So I'm actually going up to Abrams after this to deliver a product. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thanks again, Jen. It's awesome. Thanks for being our test subject here in our first interview. And thanks again. So that's it.
Okay. Thank you guys.
There you go. Cool. That's it. High five. Good job.